Welcome, geeks, gamers, ninjas, robots, and if none of those above, welcome to you too. This is HorsePLAY Live. Today is Thursday, October 22nd. It's confirmed, 2015. This is episode 97, accidentally titled Futuristic Belly Button Lint Remover from 2015. What that means, I have no fucking clue. But before we get into all that fun ahead, we have everyone's favorite filthy hardcore casual gamer slash kitty lover slash whatever, Yogizilla. What's up, buddy?
What's up? And meow meow meow. Kitty, she's cute. If you guys don't have video, regret it now. She's a sweetheart too. She's not a blue is the what?
I think cats are annoying.
Aww. Cats are not annoying. They're misunderstood.
No, they're annoying.
They're misunderstood. Go ahead, Eddie.
No, I'm gonna stick with the annoying. Just yeah, it just sounds so good in my head. I mean, I'm trying to think of the different words that I could possibly use, and annoying is right there.
What's more annoying? Cats or small yelpy dogs?
Cats.
No way! Stop it! Stop it! Beard's allergic to cats. Sorry to hear that.
So is Fifi. So. Hey. I don't like cats anyway, though, dude. Because like I tried to have a cat before, and the only thing that it did, like no. I can bring a dog outside and be comfortable and fine with picking up their shit after they take a crap. But cleaning a litter box, not so much. Oh.
It's not as bad. It depends on the litter you use. Like for a while I was using pine pellets, and it smells so good. It smells like fresh cut wood, and it locks the if you get the good litter, it'll lock the bad odors out. Oh, surge!
I do want to say that I found some more at a local area supermarket here in Holland, and they're only $1 a can. So I took advantage and bought me 4.
That's not bad. $1 a can?
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. So Beard in Hat says that pets in general are overrated. Spending that much money on something that isn't ever going to be self-sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's children today, to be honest. Because kids, the younger the generations get, the less self-sufficient they are, the more lazy they are, the more entitled they are. I hate to say it. I mean, I love my children, but that's these young generations. The internet generations where they feel like everything should be gaming and social media and disconnect from the world, and the world owes them a living.
Little damn kids.
Back
in my day.
To me, what the special thing about pets, the reason I'm such an animal person, is because, yeah, they aren't self-sufficient. Cats are more so than dogs. They're a lot more independent. But it's like in the subtle things that they do, and being able to pick up their personality cues and hints. Like, to me, that's what makes it fulfilling. And I feel like if you're good with animals and you're good towards your pets, or you work towards being better with animals and better with your pets, it translates into your human relationships. Like, people that are assholes to animals generally are assholes all around. Like the guy that kicks his dog, while he's walking them down the street. That guy's probably a wife beater.
Well, no, like for me, you guys know I have Sadie, and it's my boxer American Bulldog mix. And there can be days where I'm just mad and I'm just pissy, and I'm the mean side, the dark side of Obi-Wan, okay? And I yell at her, "Get out of my face, you dumbass!" Just get on her, and she goes off and runs off. But like I call her back, and she's wagging her tail and want me to pet her. So I mean, like what Morg said, they're unconditionally just love you.
Yeah.
Just because I mean you take care of them. You know, I, I don't know. Like any chance that I get, as she gets, she wants to play. Right now, she's kind of in a mood, but she's got some kind of little parasite that she's got. I have to get it cleared up, so she's kind of down in the dumps right now.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, parasites. There's a book I got.
It's a little skin one. Like the vet, when I told her about it, she was like, oh, it's just little, because it's little bumps, and then it'll scab over, and she goes,
oh yeah,
one little treatment, and it's starting to get bad, and I never noticed how bad it was. I mean, I noticed how bad it was, but it started clearing up, and then it started going away. Like it just like blew up, like it's all over her back, and it's like little bumps. Like her hair is raised at those. Like I can actually feel them, and it's, man, makes me feel.
And bully breeds tend to have skin conditions like that. I noticed that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not mange, like mange or what do they call it, red scabies, that stuff's rough.
Yeah,
that stuff's rough. But so what do we have in here in the chat? There's something someone said here about pets. Yeah, Morgan understands. Morgan understands. I mean, to me, pets are members. Our pets are members of the family. So I spoil them, and it's the thing. Like, your kids will always love you, but they're not as appreciative as a pet will be. Because kids, no matter how good you raise them, they'll always go through a phase or several phases where they take you for granted, or they feel like the stuff that you do for them is your job, and they feel entitled. Like it's a privilege. Half the stuff I do is a privilege, not your right. It's a big difference, and that's one of the challenges as a parent. But I think I can see, like, some people get pets just as because it's a thing to do, and they treat them like toys or decorations, and that's not a good reason to get a pet. Get a pet because you want that emotional support. You want to extend your family. You can afford to, hopefully, and it's that emotional support is really important, And I think our pets are better dealing with different emotional situations, and if you have a bad day, you don't feel well. Our cats and dogs usually pick up on it, and the little things they do makes a difference. Whereas, with your human family, it's everybody's stuck in the hustle and bustle of the daily life that they don't start to smell the roses. You know what I mean? With animals, that's all they have to do. And yes, pets are not fashion accessories. Preach it, Beard. So I can see where he's coming from. There's people that just get pets because it's a thing to do, but then like they neglect them. They don't realize that there's a lot of work involved. You gotta get them shots. You gotta deworm them sometimes. Ideally, you probably want to spay and neuter them, and that can be expensive.
Speaking of Beard and Hat, he's actually here as well. Beard and Hat, what's up, man?
He isn't here. He's been quiet.
Beard and Hat, are you there, buddy? All right, good talk.
He's in lurk mode.
Yeah, I guess so. But
so
what have you been up to this past week, bro?
Trying to recover and rest as much as I can, so we could go crazy next week. Next week's gonna be a big week for all of us.
Well,
I want to be well rested for that.
And to put this out to everybody right here, right now, this including the podcast when it goes up either tomorrow or Saturday. I think it'll probably be tomorrow. But for everybody that wants to do it, we're going to be starting it. And can I just do this right now, or do we have a little segment for this?
For the stream team stuff?
No, for the 48 when it's going to start.
Oh, yeah,
more information.
Yeah.
Well, what it is, guys, is I'm going to be starting the live stream. Basically, HorsePLAY Live is going to be starting the live stream. Okay. What we're going to be doing is we're going to do HorsePLAY Live. We're going to take, afterwards, we're going to take a short break, and then I'm going to actually start 8 hours worth. So I'll be going till about 8:30 in the morning, and then whoever's after me will pick up, and then we'll just go on and so forth. And then throughout Halloween, we encourage everybody to dress up, to do something funky, to do something crazy, and stream it. Just have some fun. You're trying so hard. You got to move the mic out more so that it's in front
I
of
know
your
I
face.
can't really get it the way I have it set up right now. I won't really.
Right.
I'll just sit over here.
But it's you know, all through Halloween, I'll be in the stream and talking to people, and maybe we'll do a couple flash giveaways. So make sure you're there. And then Saturday night is actually the very last day for Save or Shave Obi's Beard, as well. And we'll reiterate this here in a little bit, but it's the last night. So at midnight on Saturday night, when I'm gonna basically be done streaming, and then what I'm gonna do right then and there is tally up all the votes, and then everything will be put out on Sunday on who won and when the live stream is. When the live stream is that she's actually either gonna shave or for the fact that I get to keep the beard. So right now I'm winning. I'll praise all those that love the beard. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you got a lot of good traction on social media. I saw people retweeting on Twitter, people on Facebook. I've been monitoring it. I'm like, damn, look, people. Though there were a few times I had to like piggyback what you did because you shared the wrong link. You put like a space in between, like Obi's beard, like GeekyAntics process Obi's beard.
Yeah, it was. There was a couple of them. Like Facebook's been blowing up right now.
Yeah,
just blowing up. I mean, crazy, which is awesome. I don't,
I
got like 600 followers or 600 friends on Facebook, and then they'd blow it up. That's great. So,
post it on our Facebook page too, man. It has to come straight from you.
I do. I thought I'd share it.
You post it again with the update. Like put an update, be like, hey, I'm in the lead now. Remember, a couple weeks ago you was trailing. Last week you thought you were gonna lose, and now you're in the lead.
Yeah, so it's going on. But the thing is with that, and I really think it's fair because she's doing it for a reason, but I don't think it's fair because I'm probably gonna lose. She's got her mommy in the wings, ready to make sure that she wins. So.
How savvy is her mother with social media?
That's what she does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, well, no, she's not saying that. She's saying that mommy's just gonna drop $100, whatever, how much ever money it takes to get her to get this taken off.
Oh, she's gonna pay promoted.
No, she's gonna donate posts to get those points. Donation points.
Oh, wow! But hey, that's more money in your pocket. The way we set it up is if people donate to you, it counts for points for her. So that way, there's no hard feelings. If you lose the beard, you might have some prizes, some cash in your pocket. But if you keep the beard, your wife will have something to spoil herself with. So it's a win-win. I think the way we set up the point system is pretty cool. Good luck doing the math, Obi.
Shit.
I'm gonna disappear that night.
That's why I said. That's why I said like for
night.
every $1, like you had wrote down there when you do a donation, it's 15 points for those donations, and I was like, no, I didn't say that. It's like every $1 is a point. So if somebody drops $500, that's 500 points, right off the bat. Well, if they're dropping that much money, they're buying something from our wish list or just whatever for either person. So if they're voting for Missy and they drop $500, that means guess what? I'm getting an Xbox One.
I think I put it every donation of $10 or more counts as X amount of votes, so people wouldn't feel bad that they don't have enough money to throw at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not about money, guys. I can tell you that right now. We're not. I mean, yes, that makes it interesting, and that's what she's gonna have her mommy do. And I'm saying it sarcastic as fuck for those that are listening on the podcast. But whatever her mommy needs to do for her to make sure that she wins this. So, but and to a lot of people that are actually seeing me for the first time without a beard. Like there's a lot of people that follow me now on Twitter, on Twitch, everywhere that have never ever seen me without a beard.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those people are like, man, I wonder what he looks like. Let's
I don't even
change our
remember
vote, or
what my face looks like without a beard.
let's go the other way. I know exactly what I look like under here without a beard. I know what I look like. I'm much cooler this way. I got people saying, "Ooh, nice beard." If I don't have one, what are they gonna be like? Ooh, nice nose.
Yeah, it's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Whether they love it or hate it, it makes you stand out.
And the one thing too, where if I'm just kind of waiting in line at a gas station or getting something to eat or whatever, like if there's another guy that comes up that has a beard, he'll be the first one to say something like, "Hey, dude, nice beard." Yeah, you too. You know, it's awesome.
It's one of the few compliments.
It is a brotherhood. He's there. There he is.
There you go. The brotherhood of the beard. There you go.
I was waiting for my chance to interject, but yeah, it's a beard with. That's what beards are. It unites people.
Well, we're gonna do. We got a week left.
Agree.
We got a week left. Well, a week and 2 days. So we're gonna do a big push for this week. Guys, be watching the Twitter, be watching Facebook, watch everything you guys see it on, even on the stream. But we're gonna try to push it really hard this week to get those last couple votes. And of course, if you guys do want to go to it, you guys can go up, check out geekyantics.net/Obi's Beard.
Yes, and if you want to be part of the stream team, it's going to be involved with the 48-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also routing up people to do some stuff with UCL, Unified Combat League. More details that to come. Email us, mail@geekyantics.net. We already sent an email blast out. We got some more email blasts going out. We're going to get everything coordinated and rock out the rest of this month for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, if you guys are going to do anything with the Obi's Beard and you guys share it, we really appreciate it. Make sure you use the hashtags, #SaveOrShave, #SaveTheBeard, #ShaveTheBeard, #Movember. So, you guys use those, and we're kind of tracking and seeing how many people. Those are actually going like crazy. Like they're getting like even on Facebook where the hashtags don't really count. But even on Facebook, they're #SaveTheBeard, hashtag. Actually, one person was like #shave that shit off. It was cool. It was funny because it was like there's a new one. But
get creative with the hashtags because what it does, it encourages other people to jump in on the conversation.
Yeah,
people that we don't even know.
Yeah, like and it's something too of people like that. That I haven't talked to in years because of how they live their life as a good Christian and how I live my life as a good devil. So it's something that I'm kind of like was out of the loop, but since we're like all grown now, and it's kind of like, well, he's doing his own thing. He doesn't, a lot of people are not as judgmental as they have been in the past, which that's why I didn't talk to anybody because I could give a goddamn what you think about me.
Yeah,
well, you're going to hell. I'll see you there because you're judging me.
I'm a believer, but that's one thing that kills any religion. It doesn't matter what religion, but the judging. I mean, I don't get it. When I grew up being raised, Christian faith is, only God could judge. You could hold people accountable. But
not judge them.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah, we're not getting into this conversation. So
yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that burns me up. But real quick, before we talk about what's tonight on the show, and right any further, I know Beard wanted to talk about Hearthstone.
No.
And this week's Tavern Brawl is fantastic.
You know what? I've never done a Tavern Brawl. Beard, go ahead.
Never?
Oh, it is. It's never. Oh, it's great.
Dude, it's revitalized the game so much.
I don't even know what is it exactly.
It's
each week they set up different rules.
Yeah.
For just play. Either you have a pre-built deck, you build the deck with certain stipulations, certain variables. This week you have a constantly changing hero power.
Yes, and you can use your hero power multiple times a turn, right?
Yeah, if you have the mana for it, you can just burn 5 of them, or with the right card combination, 10 of them, and just keep pounding out different ones. It's destroy enemies, steal spells.
Yeah.
Easiest
It's
way to
totally
earn free
RNG
packs.
though, because you could roll the same hero power again. It could be a crappy one or it could be a good one. You
Yeah.
notice that?
I have noticed that it's all over the place with what you pull, but it worked out well for me. I built a rogue deck, and I might have to bring that over to regular play.
Yeah, that's what I find. Like with the Tavern Brawl, when they give you the option to create your own deck, you end up going back to your regular decks and trying new things out. Like it gets you out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't use a rogue, but that was the daily quest. So I decided, well, let's try a rogue out. Put something together there, and was like, okay, this is fun. We'll do this.
Yeah, I don't spend that much time in that game. Yeah.
Well,
No,
your wife probably loves that. See her in the chat.
I'm not. She's in chat right now.
Yeah, see her in there. She's lurking. But she's in there.
She is lurking, isn't she? But I'm not. I have been playing a little bit more since it's been on I can get it on my cell phone. But it's like I played a game with my druid, and you know how druid has their self heals, and instead of healing myself, the cards are so big, and my phone was, in the way. I couldn't target myself. I targeted my minion. I was like, you know what, screw this. I turned it off. I mean, I would have won.
That does happen on mobile sometimes. You gotta get used to it. It's something lags or like stutters or whatever, and it's like you misfire or something. Fireball to your face.
I've accidentally used Blessing of Kings on one of their characters, so I gave him a +4/+4. I just immediately conceded at that point. I'm like, well,
yeah, that's where you just
fuck.
emote well played or oops, and then yeah.
Not one of my finer moments.
Right. It happens.
Now,
but Tavern Brawl is dope, bro. I'm telling you. Like last week, they had something weird where. What was last week's Tavern Brawl?
Last week's was you get a random deck with just all legendary minions.
Oh, and it was rotating the mana cost for all the cards, right? Each turn.
Yeah, it jumped each time, and it was just all legendaries.
Obi, it's just. I'm telling you, it's like a party. With lots of drugs.
So
no one's gonna get in trouble.
What I mean, is there because I had the question in my head, but I can't.
You get a free pack for getting a win, if that's what I asked.
Oh, so you get a free pack every win?
No, just the first win. After that, if you like it, you can just keep playing.
Yeah.
So you don't get anything after the first win?
No.
Yeah, no, nothing else. After that,
you don't even get coins or anything.
Oh yeah.
No, you don't get coins for wins in there.
So basically, Blizzard or Hearthstone said, "We're gonna come up with something really freaking cool, guys, but we're gonna make it to where only the first time you win matters." Yeah, that's got good replay value.
They figure at that point you're playing that mode just for fun to get a break from the other modes. Maybe you don't want to do ranked. Maybe you don't want to do casual. Maybe you don't want to do arena.
I'm ranked 4 right now in arena, so suck it.
For someone that doesn't play that much, you seem pretty proud of that.
Shh.
Anyway, we'll move on. I think Obi's getting uncomfortable with the Hearthstone talk.
No, I'm good. Hearthstone's good. What's your favorite deck? What is your go-to deck?
Weird.
Right now, I'm just running a Paladin.
Scrub. What about you, Yog?
Paladin is really strong right now in the meta.
I beat the hell out of Paladin.
Paladin, if you run dragons or if you just run, a buff deck, aggro, you do muster for whatever it's called, and then the thing that buffs your freaking squires.
You run a mech druid deck. Blow the shit out of that Paladin.
Druid.
The mech.
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you.
Mech druid.
A mech druid deck. Yes. I'm telling you.
They have a mech druid, mech priest, and they have mech shaman. I don't know which one's the best. The shaman mech is pretty strong too, though.
But I'm saying a mech druid deck is one of the best druid or best mech decks. Besides, I think there's one other one. is it a mage or mage or a hunter has a better mech deck than a druid does? But that's it. I mean, mech. I'll build mine back
options.
up. I'm waiting. I'm still trying to get 2 mechs to fill out my deck, and I'll play against you.
Yeah, if you want to get more of them, you want to get the Goblin versus Gnomes packs. I think you still get them individually.
Yeah.
So that's your best bet. Those cards are still really strong.
I'm just gonna have to drop whatever. What is it? $10. How much is it for the upgrades?
Oh well, you can spend like $10 to get an alternate hero. On top, I think getting an expansion.
Like buying all the because I still only have the blade quarters. Like buying all the.
Oh, you didn't buy all the wings.
Yeah, like getting all the wings and like how much is all that? Do they have packs or whatever?
I think in gold it's like 3,000 gold total if you buy the wings individually. If you buy them all together, it's like 2,400. Oh, so you haven't gotten the latest expansions then?
No.
Oh wow.
That's it was something that I really wasn't playing. I mean, I'm playing a little bit more now to where I can set my decks up on the computer and then just play them on my phone, so I don't have to change anything because that's annoying as shit.
Yeah, you definitely want to finish the cards that you get for completing the wings, and that was Crystal X Ravage you're talking about, the first expansion.
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, the Goblin. If you want to get mechs, I would just jump straight into Goblins versus Gnomes. Those are the ones who will have a lot of mechs for you. Good drops in there, some good guaranteed cards. You get some good drops and whatnot. But anyway, I could talk about Hearthstone all night. That's one game that stays consistent no matter what.
Exactly. Tonight on the show, guys, more TV talk. We got some more call-ins. We're gonna more tangents. Yogi's gonna get on his belly and flab his feet in his arms and cry. And we go back to the future. Yep. A very special kind of train wreck. You guys are going to enjoy it. But let's get right into it, guys. By the way, if you guys are new to the show, welcome to our silly party.
Woo! Can't really do the woo, throat situation.
That was distorted. You could be like,
if I do the woo all the way, there's gonna be some like phlegm with that.
You could have went.
Maybe some throw up.
You could have went woo, like
woo, woo. Okay. Woo. No.
Dude, just don't. Just don't ever do that again.
I'm sorry.
HorsePLAY Live is
stuff happens.
HorsePLAY Live is where you changed this, man. There's stuff missing here.
No.
There is. There is. HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play, and we get in trouble, too. He did change it up, just to let you know. We are the flagship talk radio show for GeekyAntics Network in collaboration with allgames.com. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on indie and strategy games, technologies, and we rant quite a bit over some stupid shit. It's funny. So get your recording devices out if you guys want to get some cool. Yeah. And of course we talk about social issues geeks face in gaming, and as well as community events we try to put on ourselves or be a part of. So sometimes we even talk about tabletop and retro gaming. But more of that can be found on Friday nights with Friday Retro Friday. So, and of course, we talk a lot about food, just because. If we're not talking like we'll be saying, "Okay, guys, like before the show, we're not going to talk about food today." Guess what? We're going to talk. I had some really nasty ass food at the bowling alley today. It was terrible. Ugh.
That's a shame.
Some nasty.
It's probably expensive too.
It is.
Yeah.
No, it actually was it's like $3.99. It's like one of the specials they have on Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
At least it wasn't that bad.
While you're getting into it, Yogi, tell everybody a little bit more about the show.
So yes, we're a late night show, and we're crazy things,
Don't
and
say.
GG. Thank you. I didn't even get Obi a chance to scratch his balls.
Well, I spilled something. I don't know what it is. So
Okay,
you
I'll
read the next
I'll
one.
take over next part then. But don't forget, folks, HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on Twitch channels GeekyAntics. That's the main place to go. Also, simulcast it over my channel usually, YogiZilla. And then HorsePLAY Replay is available earlier on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern on allgames.com. It's our unofficial sister network. Without further delay here, we're going to jump right into the obligatory news and reds. Ding! I did Obi and my part together. So I'm going to blaze through this so we can get into some more roundtable type discussions like we do, more tangents. But so yesterday, October 21st, was Back to the Future Day. And everybody has Back to the Future on their head, except for Beard. He says that movie sucks. Is that right?
Blue.
I didn't say it sucked. It's overrated.
Blue donkey cock.
I think it's
Marty
Beard, I want to get it.
McFly.
We need to make you a T-shirt. We need to make everybody a T-shirt on the gang, like all our main peeps, with like a phrase that best captures them. And yours will be "That's overrated," and then a beard and a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that'd be great.
I could make that right now.
Dude, you're like a good-looking Jay Sherman from The Critic. Remember that?
Now he's hitting on you.
I appreciate it. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Well, I'm just saying, the guy from The Critic, I think the character's name was Jay
Yogi,
Sherman.
he already
was
said you're good to go, man. You don't have to keep going.
Yeah. You're in. Don't worry.
Wait, did you know what I'm talking about? The Critic? Remember that show?
That show was great.
It stinks. Oh, that was a good show. But
Wait,
but,
you just said it stunk. So wait, is it a good show or did it stink? Make up your mind, Yogi.
that was his line. Hey, cause I'm Batman 83 in the chat. I see you there, trying to sneak into the crowd. Anyway, every podcast I listened to, every stream I went to, everybody had Back to the Future in their mind. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody's tweeting out about it. And that's cool. That's one of my favorite series. So I'm there. But the big thing people were talking about was how 2015 is not as futuristic as Back to the Future 2 portrays. Like, hey, it's 2015. We don't have all this stuff. Blah blah blah. We'll talk about that later. That'll probably be a topic later if we get to it. But with the celebration came some interesting news that Michael J. Fox was arrested for insider sports betting. So
Go figure.
I met Michael J. Fox. True story. Really nice guy. I met him after he got the Parkinson's.
Oh, I just got that. It's because of the when Biff took the sports book.
You got it.
I just got that.
You got it. Someone was paying attention. Yeah.
I love Back to the Future.
This, fake news does better than real news these days. The clickbait is great.
That's not a surprise. The Daily Show's the number one news show on TV.
That's true. Stephen Colbert, I put him up there too.
Yeah, but that's just a talk show. That's not news.
Yeah, you're right. But it's still kind of similar thing. It's like, tongue-in-cheek, silly. But, yeah, you're right. It's different format. But, anyway. YouTube Red. You guys heard about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be $10 a month. It's interesting. I just think about a few things, and we're gonna throw these out in a rhetorical format. Everybody can think about that. If you want to call in or email us, tweet us, with your thoughts. This will get the brain juices going. But I wonder, one of the things I'm thinking about is, will established YouTubers start putting things behind the paywall so you get a little more money in their pockets, right? And I also think, is cable TV on its last leg? Now, I think cable TV and traditional mass marketing, media is still going to be around. But cable really needs to step up their game. The cable provider really step up the game to stay competitive because there's just so much content out there. And yeah, cable TV has exclusive stuff that you can't get anywhere else, at least not right away. And yeah.
Yeah, but it's it's becoming a point to where that exclusive stuff's not even freaking worth it.
Yeah. What's even worse? You know what's stupid? When over-the-air stuff, the OTA stuff, went digital, the promise was we still get access to the same stuff when everything went digital, and then everybody's getting converter boxes and all this crap. And now suddenly, magically, like if you want to access certain shows like ABC and NBC stuff, you might be able to pick a channel if you're lucky. In some places, you can't get it at all. And then if you try to use the app, they want you to verify that you have a cable provider. It's like, wait, this is over-the-air channels. Why am I verified that I have a cable provider? It's a bunch of bullshit. But don't get me started. But
I think it's too late for that.
I tried not to. You kept going, so.
I know it makes me angry. It makes me think about Comcast and
Well, just keep going now, because I'm starting to wipe off my whole desk now. So just keep going.
I will join in this conversation.
What do you think about it?
Take my spot. Go ahead.
What do you think cable? You think cable's gonna make things more appealing, or are they just gonna do more of the stupid fees and crap to nickel and dime people further?
They're gonna nickel and dime people because it's easier. Why are they gonna work hard to create better content that might fail when they already have an install base that they can milk?
Yeah.
I mean, Comcast and Time Warner have everyone anyway, because until Google rolls out their fiber for internet, they're going to raise the rates on that.
Oh boy, yeah.
I hope I can get Google Fiber.
If I could get a job in Austin, Texas right now, I'd be there. They have Google Fiber. I'd be there.
Eventually, when I move to Washington, I'll have that too, but. Well, I do. I mean, I wish they'd really get it. I really wish they'd get it in Michigan. Because it's just they could make so much more. Even if they charged more for it, like they could make so much money. I don't understand why they wouldn't want to make more money.
I saw this stat a couple months ago. I can't remember the source, so it may not be entirely accurate. But there's a place in Tennessee that they built their own fiber infrastructure so the internet companies could use that instead. And they have their own municipality that runs the fiber. And automatically, I think it was either Comcast or Cox, whoever was in that area, tripled the speeds that they were able to push through their lines that were already out for the same price once the fiber showed up.
Well, once all that stuff shows up, I mean, there's nothing that they can do or say to say, well, we can't do this. I mean, because
it just shows how bullshit that statement is, because they can do it easily.
Yep.
But they have to have the wire. Like I understand what people say and why people say it, but Michigan, I can't come up and do I can't get really good internet in Michigan because of it's not fiber. I mean, once it gets to where they're starting to put fiber in townships and cities, or it's probably going to be a main city, and then probably, I live in a rich town. Well, the south side is a rich town, but I live in a richer town, so I imagine we'd have it, but they just got to have the opportunity. But like Bearden has said earlier, why are they going to work harder just to make a tiny bit more money, or even the same?
Yeah. And as far as YouTube charging for their content, I don't see stuff going behind paywalls. I see stuff going to other platforms entirely. Vessel. A lot of the bigger YouTubers are posting stuff there first and trying to get people to move over and pay a subscription there.
Yeah.
So you see, once Netflix showed up and people started paying that subscription model looked like a real tangible, viable thing.
Yeah.
Everyone was going to jump in on it.
Yeah.
Which is why I avoid upgrading Adobe. I'm not going to move over to the Creative Cloud and pay a subscription for software. I don't agree with that practice.
I do like that, and there's two reasons why I'd like that. Okay? I'm not one to go off and get Adobe, and I like the only time I've ever used it, sorry for saying this, Adobe, but I got it from other sources. All right, I didn't pay all that big time money. Well, now there's no way in God's green earth that you can actually get it through other sources anymore because of the product codes and the keys and everything. So the way they do this, to having all I have to do is have an Adobe account, and I could pay $10 a month to access the Photoshop. That's freaking Photoshop's a $400 program. Why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
I can see from that end, but I bought CS6. I ponied up that money for that.
This shit don't even work, does it?
It works. It works beautifully even on my new computer.
Well, subscriptions work for the same reason that people will rent to own. Because short term you're spending less money and it makes the hit hurt less. You know, it's like, would you rather spend $400 to $600 up front or $10 a month over the course of 5 years? You know, which could end up, it would end, if the math is right, it's gonna end up costing you more, right?
It's gonna end up costing me more. But it's the accessibility. Why do people like convenience stores so much? And gas stations that sell everything that they need right there when they get gas. It's because it's convenient.
It's a lot more expensive.
Right there. Of course it's more expensive.
Dude, freaking bag, I sent the kids to get some snacks. And I said, get some of the $2 chips. They come back, and I look at the receipt, $6 bag of chips. I'm like, the hell? It's the same $2 bag of chips, but they charge $6 for it. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. I mean, if you own a convenience store, that's the same thing. You can only mark it up. I mean, they can't like gouge, but they can mark it up so much because it's there for convenience. You're paying for convenience. So, yeah, I mean, but with the subscription, I mean, there's some people like I would rather have that so then I don't have to pay attention to what else like. I can get a brand new computer, and all I got to do is go back to the cloud and get my software because it's saved there. It's
see the appeal.
It's one less thing for somebody that would actually, like Morg does it, and she has 2 programs. I believe she has Photoshop, and then I think some like After Effects or something like that, and she does it too. I mean, it's one of those things to where it's one of those conveniences.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side, I think I understand where Beard's coming from because I'm kind of the same way. I'd rather have the less bills I can have recurring every month, the better. So I'd rather just budget for something, save up for something, and then pay it and get out of the way and not have to worry about it for a long time or ever again,
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying
monthly bills.
It's
especially.
It's whatever you want to do with like if you want to have that accessible. You're going to pay for it. That's why they made it, because they knew people would buy it. People would get it.
Yeah. I mean, convenience, is always a compelling argument. It's, it's the reason that...
How are you going to argue with it, period, anyway? You can't. I mean, there's nothing to argue about. You either want it or you don't.
Morg says she has all of the programs now, by the way.
That wouldn't surprise me.
In her channel by herself.
What?
Morg's hanging out by himself in another channel.
Why?
I thought she'd be joining us. I don't know. She's probably multitasking. Anyway, so a lot of competitive. There's a lot of competitive power plays going on right now.
Going back to the YouTube Red thing though, with that, if that raises in popularity, you're going to see a lot more ads that are unskippable, 30-second ads.
Yeah.
And you may even see down the road a company kind of come after YouTube's crown if the right content creators go there.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, and you got to think about it too. Once, and I'm going to use him. Once Gassy Monkey or whatever his name is, and once all these other guys that make all these giant YouTube videos, once they go there and putting more content up, other people are going to like the little guys. They're going to follow. Why wouldn't you? If you're getting a whole new group of people that are actually coming onto this place because of the bigger YouTubers, all you got to do is just sit there and put out content.
Yeah, it goes back to the old days of YouTube where you got popular just by being consistent. Mm-hmm. And the caliber of work scaled up as it went on.
And then that's what Twitch is like right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have great. You don't have to be the best player in the game. You don't have to be all that. If you're going to tell somebody that, hey, I'm going to stream 4 times a week, and you stream 4 times a week, they're like, bam, he's actually going to get on. I'll follow this guy. I'll tell everybody else, hey, he plays, Terraria 24/7, or he plays Hearthstone, or he plays WoW, or just whatever.
Yeah,
There's something for everybody.
Yeah, it's the Wild West still here. There's no, as much as there are the partners in the beginning of an establishment, there's
Yeah,
still
but
nothing set in stone really yet here.
right, but you could still go and be on the new Red and say, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and get partnered faster than you would on YouTube. I mean, an actual partnership. Monetizing everything and doing everything you need to do. Hell yeah. That way you don't have to. It's kind of like the other stream-based programs that you have out there. Yeah, if you actually want to take it and try to make it happen and go to another stream besides Twitch, yeah, there's other places that you can get a subscribe channel, a subscribe button really, really fast. I'm not going to tell you these because I'm not going to do it, but you can go get a subscribe button really, really fast, but you can't be on Twitch anymore.
Yeah, that's
they want you
the
to
TOS
be
somewhere.
exclusive with them.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even Twitch. It's them.
It's going to be their TOS. Yeah.
It's their TOS saying, if you're going to do this and we're going to give you a sub button, you are no longer allowed to stream on Twitch, or, however they word it, of course. But
yeah,
it's
a bad deal. One thing you got to give YouTube is that they do make it easy for you to own your content and move it somewhere else. You can download all your MP4s and take it wherever you want. Ultimately, I think what's going to happen is people are going to wise up and they're going to really take advantage of the websites and start posting their content on their own websites and focusing more on building their own audience. And YouTube, Twitch, things like that are going to be more supplemental because you don't want to leave money on the table. But anyway, we got to get through the news, so we could probably talk about a lot more about that. There are some more competitive power plays going on, though. One of them is that Amazon has officially pulled Apple TV from Prime and third-party sellers.
Mm-hmm.
So this happened a while ago, a few weeks ago, but I thought it was funny because they said it was because of compatibility issues. But we know what's up.
Bullshit.
It's because it's a straight competitor at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a surprise.
But what's funny is that they're still supporting. You can still find people that are selling Roku, Chromecast. I think you can get on Amazon. It's from some sellers, and of course they have their own thing, the Fire Stick.
That's Bush League, though. That's little kid stuff. That is not.
Roku
I like not Roku. The same level of competition.
I love Roku. I think they've been out longer. They still have a really great product, and because they're still kind of an underdog, get it priced to go. It's a lot more appealing to me than Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
And Roku has underground content providers, and there's people that figured out how to. You could hack it so that you could get stuff off of Internet Archives and all this other stuff. It's really easy to do. Like it's rogue channels that you can put on Roku. It's great.
I do want to say this before Yogi goes any further. Now, GeekyAntics nor HorsePLAY Live has any affiliation or anything of what Yogi might be saying or what he might or could do. Therefore, we do not condone hacking whatsoever in any shape or form. If you do it, please don't tell us.
Anything, as long as you're doing it.
Because I'll fucking report your ass.
If you're not doing anything illegal, that's fine. If you're doing it so you can put your own content out there for whatever reason,
I'm just kidding. I don't really give a damn if you do whatever.
I care.
If you do, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna say something. No.
Yeah, but anyway, this is an interesting thing to note there. But speaking of Twitch, I don't know if anyone noticed, but they finally rolled out the HTML5 players, so we're not slaves to Flash. Thank goodness. That was a long time in the making. So now people will have less problems with video on different devices, so that's good. Assassin's Creed Syndicate is coming out tonight. Does anyone care? Nope. Not me. Not this
No,
guy.
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since 2.
I can't believe there's another, like, there's so many of them coming out back to back. It's ridiculous. I'm not. They killed a franchise that I actually liked.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
Assassin's Creed. I'm still hung up on getting Black Flag, man. I mean, goddamn, they put like 4 out since then.
Yeah.
And then they want to charge you $60 to $75 depending on what edition it is to get the game every time. So in the last year, there's been 3 Assassin's Creeds put out. I mean, you're looking at $180 minimum just for the game, just to fucking play the damn thing.
I think there's more if you consider
Come on, man.
mobile games too.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, I'm not thinking when any company, if the mobile market is not their major, I'm not gonna count it for them. Like Nintendo, not Nintendo, yeah. Well, not even Nintendo, but just any of the mobile, the app makers or the game makers for mobiles. Any of those that do that 24/7 and that's what they do, it'll be I don't want to say graded, but it'll be put on with that's what they do. But when you're looking at like Xbox, yes, Microsoft does do mobile apps, but that's not their main thing. Their main thing is Microsoft. It's getting, all your Office programs. You're getting, your just everything. Everything has to do with Microsoft. So, and their Xbox is one of their biggest divisions. So, I mean, they're going to be putting time and money and everything into that. Yeah, I lost it.
No, I'm listening.
I lost my
I'm-
train of thought, so keep going.
Ah.
I did. I lost it. I had a good one, too. I don't know.
I
It'll
get
come
what
back
you're saying. Like, whatever their flagship, their home base is, so to speak, that's what you really count. And when you think Ubisoft or Ubisoft, whichever way you want to say, you think consoles, you don't really think PC or mobile. But still.
well, if
it's,
you think PC, you think broken as hell.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, that's a whole other discussion. But, they need to slow down in the game. It's a great franchise, and they're running it into the ground. Like, they never even got this aggressive with Prince of Persia, which, for all intents and purposes, Assassin's Creed is the continuation of Prince of Persia, maybe, sprinkled in with a little Splinter Cell. Like, as was actually Chris from the Gaming Death podcast was saying the same thing. And I agree. And, I can't get excited about the game anymore. Like, they literally, like, people were talking about it. I didn't even know I forgot it was coming out tonight. People mentioned it, and I'm like, eh. It's like, I got tons of Assassin's Creed to catch up on. Like you, Obi, I've barely touched Black Flag. I never finished Assassin's Creed the third.
Yeah.
Revelations.
What I want to
I got
do
halfway
is just,
through it.
even if it lasts like a month or a couple weeks even, what I want to do is get into an Assassin's Creed game, multiplayer, co-op, and just play it with one other person or, whatever, just play it co-op. That's all I want. That's all I like in him anyway, is doing like the storylines, doing the cool shit that you got to do. The recent Assassin's Creed came out was the multiplayer. Boring. Sorry. If I want to go massive multiplayer, I'll go fucking play WoW.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do is, if they made an Assassin's Creed that had co-op so you could play through the story, that'd make it more bearable. But they're not doing enough with the mechanics to keep it fresh. So at the end of the day, it's just more of the same. So I really would like a partner. And my mouth fell off. Put it back up there. My mouth fell off.
Is that what that is? A mouth?
Yeah, it's a mouth. You see it?
Yeah, sure. Wow.
Anyway.
For those that are listening to the podcast, Yogi's losing it.
That's what you have to watch the video. But anyways, some slightly sad news from some of our network friends, particularly Theory Georgiou and Stephen S.G. Gibson and Skull Skill Studios. Fire with Fire full release has been delayed. This is old news, but it hasn't been any updates since then. The delay is actually largely in part largely due to the Ouya imploding. and failing to deliver on their free to games campaign promise. Then Ouya basically got sucked into Razer, and they were supposed to take over everything Ouya was doing. And they were doing this free to games campaign, which is a program for indie developers. It was such a good concept, and yep, it just kind of ended up in limbo. So now all the money that a lot of indie developers were depending on from that program, yeah, not gonna happen probably. So we'll see what happens there. We'll keep you posted. Hope the game's still gonna come out, but we don't know. We don't have an ETA on that. I'm looking forward to it too because it'll be a good game to play as a community. We mentioned a few weeks ago the whole Shenmue 3 thing and how it broke records. I didn't break Star Citizen records. You know, like Star Citizen is the project to raise the most money, I believe, right now on Kickstarter, over $80 million. But
That's
Shenmue
insane.
3, it is insane. And the people that are backing it are even more insane, I think. But it's a cool game. But you know, the thing is, Shenmue 3 did break some records. You know, it was one of the fastest, I think, the fastest funded game, and it raised a substantial $6 million, I believe, is where it ended up at. But so Yu Suzuki was interviewed recently, and he basically was quoted as saying, or they translated the Japanese as him saying, "I could do with more money." You know, people are really getting, you know, burnt out of shape because of this. The thing is, you know, they were expecting more funding. You know, a lot of game developers do this. The crowdfunding is only part of their funding, and they expect other sources. So they have donations through PayPal or whatever, and they have funding through Sony or whatever other sources they're counting on. You know, and he said that he wants to make the game that the fans deserve. I can appreciate that. And he's even willing to compromise on graphics in favor of gameplay and narrative, and I definitely agree with that. I don't care about the graphics as long as the gameplay is fun and you know, and then there's a good story there too, even better. You know, so we'll see what happens there. I think people are crucifying him too soon. It's just the way the business works, and
It's
$6
because
million
people don't. It's because people don't understand it. It's not
Yeah.
that you're funding like you said. That's just one round of seeding for it.
Yeah,
They don't
exactly.
understand the venture capitalism process. They don't understand that there's multiple seed rounds where they get more money, and no AAA game's gonna cost $6 million.
Oh yeah, exactly. Now the other thing, I will say that when they positioned it on the Kickstarter, one they could have made the funding perks more attractive. And those perks are pretty meh, and they could have managed the expectations better. If people don't understand venture capital, they don't understand, you know, funding goes through rounds, you know, and the $6 million was the bare minimum to get it out the door. But you know, they were counting on more so they could go above and beyond, you know. And you gotta have a little wiggle room. You gotta have a little wiggle room, or else, you know, very few people are gonna work for sweat equity. And if they do, the end result is usually what you would expect. But anyway, I think some people just figured that he was just expecting Star Citizen level of funding. And that might be true, but I think we should give him the benefit of the doubt and just realize that it's expensive, you know. And if you want a good product, he doesn't want to put his name on something that isn't, you know, quality. And whether you love Shenmue or not, you know, trying to make a game that's worth putting out. And I appreciate that. I'm a fan of Shenmue. Some people think it's a turd, and that's it. We'll see what happens. Oh! Before I forget, Capcom Humble Bundle. There's like 4 days left. Go to humblebundle.com. It's not a paid endorsement, but it's a pretty cool bundle. There's some Halloween appropriate games in there, including Resident Evil, and there's Strider games there too. So good deal.
How many times are they gonna make people rebuy Resident Evil?
I know it is ridiculous.
It's been on every console and possible platform since '97.
And in spite of that, the fans are still begging for Resident Evil 2 HD remaster.
Well, Capcom's dumb and won't make it, but
yeah, that's a whole other thing. But
Capcom 98.
What's that?
It was 98 that it came out, Obi?
Yeah.
Okay.
For Resident Evil 2? That's about right. But, what can you do? I like the series, but Capcom's doing kind of like Konami. It's like actually they're still at least tried. At least Capcom's trying to release some stuff, and Konami's kind of like, ooh, mobile and pachinko machines, yay! Anyway, back to Hearthstone. Did you see the change to the Warsong Commander? Weird.
Yeah, that wasn't a card that needed to be fixed.
That was pretty stupid.
The
now,
Grim Patron is a card that needs to be fixed.
The Grim Patron? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Grim Patron is so cliche now on Warrior decks. It's crazy. You can see it in some other decks too, but on Warrior, it's just stupid.
And it gets out of hand real fast. Yeah,
you're scared to put any minions on the field that have less than 3 damage. But Warsong Commander now grants +1 attack to charge minions instead of giving charge to minions with 3 or less attack. It's pretty much useless. It's I don't know. I don't know what I can equate it to. What's the most useless thing you think of? I don't know.
Cats.
Sliced bread sorter. That sounds pretty useless. Let's go with that.
Cats.
I don't know, what if you have different kinds of bread?
What's that?
Cats work too.
Hey, Obi has a thing against cats tonight.
And just to be clear, Resident Evil first appeared in 1996.
96.
Oh, the
Yes.
first Resident Evil, yeah.
And then 2 was actually Resident Evil was made after a game that was done in 92, Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
Dark, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
A lot of people do not give Alone in the Dark enough credit. Alone in the Dark started the survival horror genre.
Did you ever play the reboot from like 2007?
That game wasn't as bad as people made it out to be.
It was worse.
This game too, and I don't know why we're on this, but the event of the game was revisited in 2007. Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. For most gamers here, it was a bitter disappointment. Wow.
Umbrella Chronicles. That was the Wii U, or the one on the Wii, right? The on-rails shooter.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that one.
And then you had the Resident Evil 0 and then Resident Evil HD Remastered in January 2000 this year.
Yeah.
So, which it's the same fucking game. Just saying.
By the way, thanks for the follow. I think it was Jesus420 Rec that just followed us. We got to come to the main channel, guys. GeekyAntics. Bring everybody over to the fold.
So what else we got, man?
All right. See that Warsong Commander thing stupid. Just recapping, Elder Scrolls Online has a new expansion coming out November 17th. It's gonna be a big week for game releases. We got Halo 5 coming up next week. Star Wars Battlefront coming out the same week as Elder Scrolls Online expansion, or Obsidian, I believe it's called. Marvel Puzzle Quest coming out on console as well at a $50 price point. And what's the last? In December, Worst Radio Show's having their anniversary of podcasting, and they're going to be streaming replays, old episodes on Twitch and Spreaker, and I think that covers everything.
Did you guys hear
on
that?
The news, at least.
Did you guys hear Yogi just robot for a second, or was that just me?
I think it was just you.
I might be losing connection or something.
Uh-oh. Obi, don't go towards the light, Obi.
It's so pretty.
Don't do it.
It's so...
So let's jump into our first discussion topic tonight. I know we went a little long here at the beginning.
Yeah, we did.
A quickie. You ready? You ready, Obi?
Sure.
You gonna do it?
Quickie. I don't know. Dude, my throat's not been the same yet since.
I like last week's. Aye, quickie.
Aye, quickie.
You gotta say it with the real convincing Spanish accent. Aye, quickie.
Aye, Poppy. Quickie. I don't know.
That's right.
Guys, today's quickie. It is. What were we watching now? What are our latest impressions on shows that have started back up? And what's everybody catching up on? Yogi, you want to start this?
I'm just gonna highlight a few.
No. Go ahead. Do it all.
So just a few, because then now we'll go long on this. Last week we went long on this segment, and we never got to our feature discussion.
Totally your
We've
fault,
learned
dude.
from our mistakes. I know it is my fault.
Totally your fault.
I completely own it. So
Good,
let's talk about.
because it was
about
your
tonight.
fault.
We should talk about The Walking Dead. Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm catching up on Dexter, it's an old show, but Fatal Blades got me inspired to finally finish that show.
Yeah, I'm not
So
watching it anymore.
Did you finish it?
Dexter?
Yeah.
I finished it a long time ago.
I heard the finale was terrible, but I'm morbidly curious. I want to see how bad.
My wife got me into it when I first met her, and I would come over and spend time with her at grandma's and everything. We would lay downstairs and actually watch hours of Dexter, like hours.
It's a fun show.
But yeah,
it's a bad guy that you want to root for.
Kinda,
the
but
anti-hero.
he's kinda. Man, he just reminds me so much of somebody. I just can't put my finger on it.
Don't say me.
Can't put my finger on it.
Oh my god. Right. I see what you did there.
Run.
but we can also talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Heroes Reborn, which has had a new episode tonight, right before our show.
Yeah.
Right before Gaming the podcast. And Gotham, we'll talk a little bit about that. And Doctor Who. Actually, we'll just get Doctor Who out of the way. I'm just going to say the last 2-episode arc was weaker than the first arc of the series. But, mainly because it had the potential to be scary. It could have been Blink status of quality, but they kind of fell short. But it's still good. That's all I'm saying with that. So what you guys want to talk about? Which shows are you watching? When I would comment on Walking Dead, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Heroes Reborn, Gotham.
I'm all caught up on Walking Dead.
What do you think so far?
So far, the season is shaping up all right. Have you seen the last episode?
No, but I've had enough spoilers to feel like I did. I started to watch it, and then I kept passing out because of the medication. But the season premiere was great.
The season premiere was good, and I liked the way that they structured this last episode with kind of throwing you right into the middle of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Where they had to herd all the zombies all the way through, and then that was the season opener. This last one was one with the wolves finally attacking.
Yeah, they explained what the horn was all about.
Yeah.
And
with the wolves attacking and just tearing the place apart, and the guy whose name I'm blanking on fights with the bow staff.
Morgan.
Morgan finally breaking his oath or whatever of not killing anyone.
Yeah, because he believes all life is precious.
Yeah, he hasn't cracked yet, which at a certain point he has to notice that those guys aren't worth saving.
Yeah. And I think that's a theme that Dexter also deals with that I like. It's like one of the themes they talk about a lot of the, especially now as you go later into Dexter. I'm up to like season 5 because I had to backtrack a little bit because most of it was a blur. Season 5 or 6, I don't remember.
Well, you can see in chat, Fifi, she loves some Dexter.
I know, I see. I do love some Dexter, but one of the main themes they start bringing up is some people deserve to die. Is that true? Like, it's like something that people don't want to talk about, but I think there are some people that are they have no redeeming value. They're just pure evil. They've submitted to darkness, and they probably should be put down like a rabid dog. I hate to say it, but it's like one of those things. It's like, ooh, I'm not gonna say it out loud. I'm not gonna say I agree, but I understand.
There's a question here in the notes. Are you guys done with The Walking Dead?
Sure.
Because the one I want to talk about is everybody caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Crap. Well,
I'm still not
alert.
used. I'm still not used to Daisy.
Why, dude? It's awesome.
No, I'm used to her being Sky.
Yeah, but just her name. Well, you
Yeah, it's
heard
the
her. You
name.
heard her talk to Ah,
But
crap.
hold on. Beard, are you watching the show, or do you
No,
plan to watch the show
no,
at all?
I have no intention of watching it.
Okay,
Okay,
So
cool.
go
So,
spoil
nuts.
away.
but no, like the question I got for you now is, what are you thinking about Gemma? Like now she wants to go back.
I really
What's up?
hope it's not going in the direction that I think it is, because I really like her, and I think her, and I'm gonna sound really freaking fruity here, but I think her and Fitz are so cute together.
I agree, because they're like
It,
it's like one mind. I mean,
and she's just, I think she's pretty. You know, I like her more than Daisy myself. She's more my type. Like, she's geeky, she's cute, you know. But something's loose with her. Like something changed inside of her when she was in that alternate, that different world.
that the different galaxy, yeah. Well, I really want to know more about it. Because like everything that they're giving right now is like something happened, and then they're slowly giving us clues about something actually did happen, and then she had to start having flashbacks, and I'm like, oh come on, don't please give us more. Do you think they're ever
Yeah.
gonna show what actually happened there, or are they just gonna kind of keep it to your imagination?
No, they're definitely gonna touch it. They're not gonna leave that out there, and it might even tie into some of the movies, because that's a big thing with the show. It's like all about the tying into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. By the way, real quick, folks, we probably gonna have him here soon. Chip Sella. It's been a while since we had it on the show, but he has a show, Agents of Shield cast, and if you want, they go deep on these things, like really deep.
Mm-hmm.
They even tie it into the comics, and they have all kinds of like theories. I try not to listen to them until I catch up with the show, but I bet you we might have some answers there. I'm more curious about. They finally gave us more about this whole hunter that's hunting the Inhumans. What's going on with that? Like that little, let's call it a Splinter Cell.
Well,
You
he's
know,
like, and did you hear what's? I can't remember the names for shit for the life of me. But the blonde chick that was in Hydra for a while.
Bobby.
Yeah, she actually didn't she actually see that thing turn, or was that Sky that actually seen that thing turn back into a human? It's kind of like a werewolf type with
Is it a
freaking powers.
shifter?
Yes, it was. You didn't look at the last episode, dude. When she's
I don't
on the
watch it
ground,
again.
when she's on the ground and he's actually walking away, you can actually see the shadow of him actually transform back into a human.
Yeah. I
Because he
gotta
actually
rewatch the last
talks.
episode.
He actually talks and says why he's doing it. He's like, well, I'm doing this because it's not good to have, people with other, like, I did. It's very, I want to hear, I want to see more about him. Just because, like, how is he reemerging now? Why is he killing people now?
Yeah. And also, they've been talking about how like the rate of Inhumans is on the rise or something. They need to
Mhm.
explain what's going on with that. I think they kind of hinted at it, but I don't think they've really covered it completely. So there's a lot of stuff they're setting up. I'm excited about it, and
Do
I'm
they call
sure
them-
it's.
Sorry.
What's
Do
that?
they call them Inhumans because Fox owns the term mutants?
That
Is that
actually is.
why they went that
That-
that route with the Inhumans rather than mutants?
That and because it actually ties into comics, the actual comic stuff. But yeah,
I know-
that's one
I know
way
comic
that's around
stuff.
the fact that they are mutants.
Mhm.
That and it's a different origin. Like the source of human powers is alien,
Mhm.
whereas the mutants usually it's some sort of genetic change that happens naturally.
Mhm.
So that it's similar but not the same. So it sucks because I would like them to have actual mutants. It would open up their options, but they do kind of have to play the whole song and dance thing. That is a limitation. I mean, they rebooted the entire universe, the comics, movies, and TV shows, so it all fits together cohesively and works around these limitations. So
Well, and two,
they're
the
committed.
word, and two, the word mutant is usually is for X-Men, too. I mean, that's two different companies as well.
Yeah, that's what I
So I
meant,
mean,
that they went with
Yeah.
it's
human
something
side
instead
because
of
they couldn't.
because they probably couldn't use mutant. because of its tied in with X-Men so strong.
Yeah, because Fox has the rights to the X-Men.
Yeah, so they probably was like, no, you're not using it. You got to call it something else. So they used it from. It just happens to be that in the comics they use the term Inhuman, because it's not human, but it's something like an alien life form.
At least they're playing. At least Sony's trying to play nice, sharing Spider-Man. So I'm excited about what that can mean for the MCU in the future. Oh, BFT just elaborated. They've already explained the Terrigen's crystal spreading through the water systems. Oh, that's right. They did mention that. I have bad memory when it comes to this stuff. Now I do recall that. So there you go. A lot of stuff happens in Agents of Shield, and if you like blink an eye or crunch on a potato chip or look the other way for a second, you'll miss something completely.
Yes,
oh my god. Gotham. I'm still loving the show. What do you guys think about Gotham? This season has been so good. So good.
I'm gonna mute myself or mute you while we're here because I haven't caught up yet. I do like it.
I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it.
I do like it. It's really interesting. The fact that I'm not, like I said, I'm not caught up yet, but the fact that they wait so long to introduce the actual suit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like they waited forever to actually introduce, like, I'm actually gonna make this, and I'm actually gonna have this costume or this suit that I'm gonna wear. They took forever to introduce it.
Yeah, but you're making me want to talk about something. Let me know when you get caught up, because you just made me think about something really cool.
Well, I'm still on the first season, so.
Okay.
So
there's
I'll be caught up
a similar thing. Exactly what you're talking about happens in this season 2. So, but they do a lot of misdirection in that series. So even though you see something or someone talks about something, you think it's been spoiled. Later on, when a party fight, or later on when you get caught up, you'll see that it was just complete misdirection, and it's cool the way they do it. So
we'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to get caught up because we can talk about that. But Heroes Reborn, I know you're watching this as it comes out.
I am actually not.
Wait,
I lost interest so fast.
Did you?
No offense, I did too.
It didn't keep me at all. I expected it to have more hook to it, but as soon as what killed it initially was the girl in the video game. That pissed me off at first.
That was a little cheesy.
I hated that. And then the further along it went into the season, the less I found the characters even likable or interesting.
Well, all right. Let's say this. It's at least better than what season 4 was.
It's not.
Really? Wow.
It's season 4 was still, with the sideshow and everything, was still better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me never to share a manuscript with you. Like, what do you think about my upcoming book? It stinks.
I'll give you an honest opinion. It's my opinion and represents nobody else's, but I will be honest.
But I mean, there's you don't see any redeeming value at all?
I wish they went a different direction entirely. I wish they didn't bring back as many characters as they're bringing back, and just completely severed the tie with Heroes that was, and try to do something new, because you still have people looking at the old Heroes with what potential it had.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been so good. And then they get excited because, ooh, Heroes Reborn, and then you see that they're bringing back some of the characters. You're like, ooh, this could be what we wanted.
They would have preferred if they just rebooted it altogether.
Entirely. Just redo it entirely.
No,
don't bring back...
I wouldn't say, like... The people that they actually brought back is not a big deal. Now, do I think that they brought too many back at once? Yeah. Yes, is this supposed to be a mini-series, and depending on how it does, a bigger end game? Probably. But if they would have actually introduced the main 5, can't think of the names, but you do the main, like, of course, the he was the bad guy in Heroes, but he's back, and then he's gonna be there because he's the main character, right? So you do that, and then you start introducing, and then what he's actually now, again with what Beard and Hat says, I really wish they would have went a totally different way. I mean, the writing, no offense, and I don't know, maybe they have a reason for this, but the writing kind of seemed like to me like a 5-year-old, like my son went in there and says, "Hey, put this on the show," It was like a group of children that thought up this script. No offense to anybody, of course, but it just. I hope they do something in the next couple episodes.
And I really liked the last episode. There were a couple of slower episodes. I think they have better pacing than they had in like season 3 and 4.
But the pacing was never really an issue. I mean, the reason,
God, it was.
No,
season 4 was a slow burn.
Yeah, but the reason you know this as well as I do. The reason season 4 was such a slow, kind of draw it out season was because they were trying to strike all the the deal for the extension to make Heroes what it could have been.
Yeah.
Because I mean I was sad. I mean they
were working on Heroes season 5, They
had 3 episodes done of it.
Yeah.
But it was something to where they couldn't get that deal with the corporation. They couldn't do what they needed to do. So then they got new investors, new finance, and did the Heroes Reborn, but they would have been better just trying to get the rights to Heroes and just keep going with it, or come up with some kind of plan to where they would restart Heroes again, maybe after an off season or something.
Yeah, I think it's a fun romp. I didn't have high expectations for it, so I'm enjoying it, and I like the fan service. I think as a miniseries is strong. If this was the start of a new series of seasons, they would probably have to up their game. Yes, but as a miniseries, I think it's going to give.
Because a few key characters, including Heroes, my favorite too. Okay, but include a few key characters that were in the last one. It's not going to save them if they don't come up with something big. I mean, big. By the end of the miniseries,
they were smart enough to get rid of some of the flat characters. Like I wasn't a big fan of Matt Parkman. I think he became grating towards the end. Even though he started finally mastering his powers, it took so long to get there and be useful.
What about the chick? The one that plays in Nashville.
Oh,
Useless Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wait, Useless Wolverine.
Hayden Panettiere.
No.
Claire, the cheerleader.
Yeah, the chick. Yeah, the cheerleader. What about her? Like, they could have done so much with her. Serious, she was indestructible.
Yeah, they did.
Come on. Like, they were like, okay, yeah, well, we have this guy that can freaking bend mind powers, and we have this guy that can shoot cool shit out of his hands, and do this guy that can create earthquakes under the ground just with a thought. Well, this chick, what's she gonna do? Well, she's indestructible. Okay, what are we gonna have? We're gonna set her on fire. Then we're gonna crush her. Then she's gonna do something on the football field. So we make it kind of like a middle-aged 20s kind of a show, or late teens, 20s, and then what else is she gonna do? Well, we haven't really thought that. We can crush her again. Well, it's already been done. What else she's gonna do? They could have done, instead of crushing her every fucking episode, or setting her on fire, or doing something to her every single fucking episode.
But she did cut off one of her toes,
and she hides it. And she does all this, even with her having that thing to where she really didn't want to be when she cut off one of her toes. And you know what I'm saying? Where she could have got over that. Then she could have actually trusted, they could have started the group. Then she could have trusted more people and just been a part of a team. But now it's just like I said, they fucked it all up. I mean, they screwed up everything when the first Heroes ended. They should have just left it alone and came up with something totally new. Beard and Hat, touche.
I'm saying I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
They did it wrong, and we're never gonna get what we wanted from that show.
And
Yeah.
to tell you the truth, not in my eyes, not any time in the future either.
No, never.
Morg, do you watch it?
Nope, I've never seen it.
What's next, Yogi?
I need to get caught up in Supernatural. I just thought about that.
I do.
Now you're more
I
here.
am. I just gotta. I'm basically gonna go off and find it on Netflix and start over from the beginning and just watch all of it from the beginning. It's like seven seasons.
No, dude. They're up to season 11.
Cool. It'll take me 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ, dude. If I had a hat, I would tip it off to you. I mean, I've marathon watched some shows, but Jesus, that's a lot of stuff, dude. A lot of
I can't
stuff.
decide how I feel about this season.
I haven't watched it at all yet. That's the one show I keep meaning to watch, and I keep missing it when it airs.
Oh.
I heard the
Yeah.
first episode was amazing. Some like my friends would say, "Oh my god, amazing!" I'm like, how good can it be? Jesus, they sounded like they had little orgasms. Like, ah.
See, I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's different.
Weird.
Hmm.
Unmute your
curious.
mic when you're typing, please.
Sorry.
Not Panda. Panda's. He likes Isaac Mendez. I like how they tie him back in and the Ninth Wonders. And he also likes the Asian guy. The Asian guy was the best. Hiro Nakamura. Yeah, I think he's a fan favorite for in Hero Reward. Anyway, I need to catch up with Supernatural so we can talk about that. But let's get out to our feature discussion while we still have time.
Rock it out,
Do you
man.
want to do some quick shout outs, Obi?
I'll do the shout outs at the end when I usually do them.
All right. Well, I'll do a few quick shout outs for other people that are on Twitch. Aussie Geek Show. I think that was Obi's pick.
Mm-hmm.
We get to share last week. Aussie Geek Show. Combat the Great, aka the UCO. And Satan's Cupid. Shout out to you guys. Twitch.tv/insert those names. But let's get into our feature discussion. The topic, the name of this segment. You want to read it, Obi?
You forgot one.
Who did I forget?
Yeah, you did. And
Who
you guys
forget?
remember Janelle number 5? She changed her name.
Yes.
Just because of what she, just kind of sounded like a different name. So you guys can go check her out, twitch.tv/Jeannie Slays. So go check her out. Rocking out Twitch, playing some killer Counter-Strike and having some fun doing it. So go check her out.
She's streaming right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
I asked her, I said, you want to come on HorsePLAY Live tonight? And she didn't answer me. I was like, you can say no. I mean, the fuck? I
know. It's like she feels like ashamed, and she's being she's avoiding us. And I'm like, it's not a big deal. It's just, a lot of women tend to do that. I noticed that with a lot of women that I know.
Well, if I was a woman, I'd avoid you too.
Just avoid you instead of just telling you straight up. Just give us. No, we're not gonna bite you for saying no.
Avoid
so Yogi, what do we got for our? What was that?
Oh,
that I just avoid Yogi.
Everybody does, dude. Yogi, what do we have for our feature presentation?
Our feature presentation is
Run.
The Jetsons go back to the future for a better fax machine, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt.
I'm gonna let you
Best
keep
title
going
ever.
with that.
So in our Back to the Future Day,
Worst
I think we
title
should talk.
in a.
Hey, stop it! It's good. I thought about this one. We should talk a little bit about fiction, the future, and
What
where
did
we
tell
wish
you
you were
about
today.
thinking?
The what?
What did we tell you about thinking? It's a little dangerous. Don't think about this one too much. Calm down now.
Thinking is good. It exercises your brain. So,
Yeah, but it can be a little dangerous.
it is dangerous sometimes. All right, so the first one. Let's get this one out of the way. Back to the Future 2. Has anyone seen it recently? Does anyone have it fresh in their mind?
Of
Their
course.
portrayal
What
of
the hell's wrong with
2015
you?
was pretty off. Anybody mention? You guys mentioned some of the things that they had out there that still don't exist.
Dual neckties.
Ah, good one. Jeez.
Hoverboards.
They kind of got
po-
hoverboards, no.
Supposedly, there's a working
And then
prototype for
flying
hoverboard.
cars.
There is a working prototype of a hoverboard.
The working prototype for the hoverboard, it only works on like specific materials, and it's they're not quite there.
Well, like Harry said, how about the flying fucking cars?
We've been promised flying cars for the last
Or here.
100 years.
Or here, how about this? How about this? Time travel.
True.
But they had time travel in the 80s.
As everybody goes quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
draw.
So
I
our
honestly haven't seen the movie, and I
I
don't
have
think I
never
ever
seen the
watched
movie.
it.
oh my
I've never
goodness.
I
I should have
watched the
told
first one.
I should have messaged everybody or we should have put a tweet out, Yogi, saying, everybody that's going to be on Horseplay Live, make sure you watch Back to the Future 2.
Should have.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
kind of thought about it last minute. That's my bad.
It's okay. You suck.
But we have more to talk about in Back to the Future.
Scrub. All right,
Just
anyway.
portrayals of future in general.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like the Jetsons is a good example. The Jetsons thought that by now we'd have vacuum transport tubes and maid robots and conveyor floors. Some of those
And we
things
do
exist.
have vacuum transport.
Not for humans.
Yeah, we do.
Not around at every corner.
I get what you're
No,
saying.
not
Think-
around at every corner, but like in big department stores when they're sending like notes to somebody that sits
Yeah,
in a
you're
room,
talking
they
about, like, the
put
little
it in the
things-
tube and it goes up and it.
Yeah, like the bank
Flies
suits, but you
across
don't
the
see
roof.
humans
But not for
floating
people.
around. Yeah.
People can't ride those.
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna think more metaphorically and say that the internet is that.
There you go.
Yeah, right. We don't need it anymore because everybody just sends their data over the internet.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
I loved the Flintstones.
I love, yeah. Bam, bam.
Flintstones or Jetsons? Usually you like more.
Flintstones.
Flintstones.
Fuck
Never
George.
saw either of them.
Man.
Fuck Astro.
I know my kids neither.
Punk
It's,
ass dog.
it's sad.
So where's the age line for that then? Because I watched that growing up. I watched both of them.
I think if you were young if you're around in the 80s or early 90s, there were still replays going around. After that, it's
Late
not
90s.
quite.
Yeah, like Flintstones still play, dude. On Cartoon Network. Just
Yeah.
saying. Jetsons are still on Jetsons are on at 2 a.m. Come on, that's what I go out and lay on the couch
But-
and watch falling
But I'm
asleep.
saying Cartoon Network or Boomerang aside, like over basic channels, over the air stuff, you don't really see the reruns as much now. That used to be a big thing. Like when Saturday morning cartoons were still a thing, really.
Yeah,
You
when.
know?
Yeah, back when. Hey, let's watch cartoon. Have our big ass bowl of cereal in a bowl that's way too big for what we have. Have a giant spoon that we can't even fit in our mouth. Sit on the couch and watch cartoons starting at about 6 a.m. Saturday morning, going all the way to about 11:30. Then after that, we watched football.
No, and then if you're really hardcore, there were always channels you could flip to that would still be showing cartoons when wrestling and football were on. If you didn't want to watch that.
I never watched football afterwards, which is sad, but I didn't. I watched all those stupid teen shows because it was like Saturday afternoon TV sucked.
Well, we always got into like on Saturdays, we'd watch our cartoons, and then we'd either go do something for a couple hours, go outside, go do whatever we needed to do, and then we'd watch like a lot of sports. If it wasn't like football or baseball or basketball, it'd be like the lumberjack competition or the World's Strongest Man event or something like that we'd have. Back when ESPN2, or hell, ESPN1 was just doing all that, and they did it all day long. Because all the football games were all on the local channels. Football games were on NBC, ABC, CBS, all those. So like ESPN, any of the sports networks could do that. You know, like I said, the world's strongest man competitions, the lumberjack competitions, the ski competitions or boating or just whatever. We'd watch. That's all we'd watch all Saturday. And of course, we'd have another TV in the kitchen that we'd have cartoons on 24/7. Especially when we got the cable channel, the cartoon cable channel.
But Morgan's right though. There was a certain stretch of time. It's kind of cyclical, but there were some times when Saturday afternoons were really depressing. Like, really, you have Saturday morning cartoons.
Man, I gotta go outside and play. What the fuck?
But I like personally when they would have Saturday morning cartoons and then you would switch to like Fox or something and it had kung fu flicks. Like, yeah,
My dad,
kung fu.
Yeah, or westerns. Ugh.
I like the westerns.
I did too, but there's a point where you can watch so many, like every other weekend. Hey, watch our Clint Eastwood marathon. Oh, fuck. First it's Dirty Harry, then it's Any Which Way But Loose, then it's Dirty Harry 2, then it's another cowboy. Come on, man. Or John Wayne. Ugh.
There is such a thing as too much of a good
John
thing.
Wayne is awesome.
Well, he's fucking overplayed. Motherfucker died
No
years ago. Let him
way.
die.
He's awesome.
Mark, if I move over to your neck of the woods,
You
I
won't
think we'd
do
be
it.
cool
So
neighbors. We could
What?
we could be country together.
I'm sorry. I grew up on westerns and musicals, so I
do you want to build a snowman?
No, not
No.
Frozen. Come on. I mean real musicals.
I'm gonna tell him. You're not gonna tell him. But he has to know what happens to snow in the summer. I'm gonna tell him.
Oh
You
my
better not
God.
tell him.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god.
I did it in the two voices earlier, and somebody was like, "Wow, you need to record that." I said, "I should, but whatever." Have a good night, BFT. Thanks for showing up. What's next, Yog?
Okay, bye.
Harry Man is just there for like the peanut gallery.
Peanut gallery. Yeah, that's where I come from,
Peanuts are good unless you're allergic to them, which apparently
I quite am, actually.
that's like one of the most prevalent allergies now. So much so that now schools don't allow peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or anything peanut based. Sucks. It's
Not
disclosed.
around here. They have them segregated off to a different table.
Wow, that's good.
Oh yeah, they have the no peanuts table.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy though.
I
Like,
send my daughter with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich twice a week.
hey, you can't beat the best. Peanut butter and jelly is good bang for the buck.
Yeah.
Good source of energy. It's rich. It's
And-
a
and-
protein.
and
rich
really-
food.
And really,
Take away the peanut butter.
minus the people that are allergic. But Harry, you can go off and get an alternative to peanut butter. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like
Almond
hazelnut
butter?
spread, maybe.
Nutella?
Nutella, yeah.
Nutella's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that that it's the dark brown? Is it the Nutella, whatever?
Yeah, it's like that chocolatey hazelnut.
Yeah, and that doesn't have nuts in it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's,
Does?
but
Hazelnut, buddy.
hazel. Then it's not that.
I think you're thinking of soy nut butter.
No, I'm not.
There's
I
another
don't
thing.
know. It's, you
Think
know
of
what?
something.
No, you wouldn't like it
There's
anyway.
lots of things you can spread.
Yeah, your legs, bitch.
I knew it.
But no, what person wouldn't want, when I make one, I have to have crunchy peanut butter and strawberry jam,
Ew.
not preserves. Like, I can't have clumps in my fucking peanut butter in my sandwich, and then a giant glass of milk. Because then
You need the milk.
what?
Milk is necessary if you're gonna have butter.
Yeah. Like, there'd be times my son come up with it. He came up with the idea. He goes, "I want toast." So we don't have any bread. He goes, "We got hot dog buns, don't we?" was like, yeah. He goes,
This
Yeah.
kid.
toast them. I was like, that's a good idea, dude. So we got 2 hot dog buns, toasted them, put peanut butter on them. It was great.
Your son is a genius.
I
Yeah,
know.
he is.
Like, yeah. You know what's even better? Like, 'cause hot dog buns are a great investment because you always have some left over. And if you can grill those puppies and then get the little smoke flavor in there, whoo! If you have the patience for it, of course.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just want that thing done right away, but if you grill it, oof.
No,
times.
it's gotta be. I don't know why I like it. Like I will eat creamy peanut butter, but I would rather have crunchy, and then just regular jelly. Like I don't know, because regular jelly or jam or whatever, it spreads better. It spreads easier. You know, when you have the preserves or whatever, you have the clumps of real fruit. Of course, that's good.
Yeah.
But only if I'm gonna only if I'm having like bacon and eggs and I have biscuits. That's the only time I like
Oh,
preserves.
God. This gets making
But
me
like
hungry
when
now.
I'm spreading it on bread or whatever, like, have you ever tried to spread preserves on a piece of bread that's not toasted? So then you stick the knife right through the bread. Then you have a
Oh my
big fucking
God.
hole in your sandwich and you get pissed off because you get it everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yep.
You know, did we talk about this on here? The fancy peanut butter and jelly place that have all kinds of spreads. They have all different types of peanut butter and preserves and jams and jellies.
Hmm.
It's like it's an upscale peanut butter and jelly sandwich shop. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's
Just
crazy.
a little upscale. Might as well have a factory.
I mean, you can make everything upscale. Burger joints, peanut butter jelly, apparently. Who knows what else?
I would like to see somebody do that. Open a restaurant for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
It's a thing
Would.
already. There's fancy French fry places where like places they use the fancy like foreign versions of French fries. Like these are not French fries. They're pommes frites.
These are waffle fries, sir.
That's their level of fancy.
It's fancy if you put another language. These are pommes frites or whatever. Like, whatever. Papa fritas. It's like, hey, that's French fry in Spanish. What? Same thing. No, not French fries. It's papa fritas.
What we got next, Yoke?
Anyway, if you guys could choose one thing from the Jetsons that you could have, what would it be?
The transporters around town.
Absolutely.
The
Flying
two.
briefcase car.
Yeah.
Oh, good one. I'm not
I
kind of
just
like.
want instant travel.
Yeah, instant travel.
Teleportation.
Yes, that's
It's great.
what I want.
Because I hate
That'll
travel.
work for me.
I hate travel. I hate the process of travel. I like the part of travel where you're at the place you need to be at, but everything in between, kiss my ass. I'm with you.
Hey, if you're like $1, like a day to teleport, I would do it.
Who would? But a lot of people would abuse that. The teleportation would have to be fixed points. Because otherwise, people can teleport anywhere.
You can make
That'd be
murders
trouble.
really, really interesting. You teleport somewhere, kill a motherfucker, and then teleport back. Be like, I was here at my house the whole time. It happened in California. What are you talking about? How the
Like,
hell am
well-
I over there?
Well, his alibi checks out.
Whoa, Obi, why are you talking about murder?
The Dexter theme is going on.
Because that's
All
the first
night.
place you're going to jump.
I don't know, Harry. I might be coming to the West Coast.
Oh.
Looks like I'm moving to the East Coast.
I'm gonna go with the less popular trade. I'm gonna go with the maid robot because some of the maid robots got junk in the truck. Boom. Thank you. I had to get that. I had to get the bad pun out of the way.
Yogi wants to flirt with a fucking robot. Great.
Oh, great.
Hey, you can turn it off when it gets annoying. It's pretty convenient.
I'm sorry, I have to agree with Yogi there. You know, if you can just shut it down, then
Don't we wish we could do that with all women sometimes?
hey,
With Eddie's in the,
Hey, now.
the man.
No comment there.
I knew I was going to get something out of that one.
I mean, I'm just saying. Sometimes you just want a timeout feature. It's like, look, now's not the time. Some people don't know when to back down. Like, timeout, pause. Everything should have a pause button. Not much
Yeah.
to ask for. Real life should have a pause. Like right now, I just don't want to deal with anything. Pause.
True that.
and then come back to it, refreshed. What else? Okay, here's a good one. If we had to choose one sci-fi movie that offers a realistic future, or at least a future that you find believable, or perhaps
Wars.
attractive, appealing.
Star Trek.
Jeez, that you let me finish the question. Okay.
I'm gonna use one of these right here that you put in here on the show notes, Shield. I'm actually gonna use the Matrix. Like we're all a bigger part of something else that's beyond our thinking.
Well, yeah. Let me
You know,
elaborate.
like you remember like MIB, where their world was actually in a locker filled with at like an airport or
Yeah,
another,
I love that. Yeah, that was awesome.
like that, like
the
damn.
little people. That was awesome. I liked that a lot. That was Orion's belt, right? The cat had the whole world inside of the little thing. Wasn't that it? Or was it inside the
The galaxies,
locker?
yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
No, I'm talking about like at the end of 3.
Was it 3?
Was it 2 or 3 at the end?
Probably 2. I think it's 2.
Where somebody looked outside and they closed the door, and when they closed the door, the camera spread out, and they were actually in a set of lockers in a
Yeah,
bigger
that's right.
world. I think it was like
Yeah.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, I think that sounds like 3.
Yeah, because it's
Well-
when Jay had to come back.
Let me
Or K.
elaborate here though. The question is not which one you would like to see, but which one do you think we're closest to, or is like more you can actually see happening sometime in the near future, perhaps, or
The
not
Matrix.
distant future.
1984.
Star Trek, not gonna happen.
You think we're close to like heavy space navy?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 years from now.
I'm gonna have to go with
With what?
MIB. I mean,
MIB?
kind of bright enough light, it can set somebody's memory off.
I'm gonna go with Terminator because I think we're more and more people are becoming
What,
reliant.
cyborgs? Seriously? Come on.
No. Not so much the cyborgs, but like machines taking over because human beings becoming so useless. They
Yeah,
allow
I see
the
it more-
machines.
I see it less of a Terminator and more of like a time machine type deal, where there's 2 classes of people. There's the Morlock and the Eloy, and the Eloy live a life of luxury.
What about Surrogate?
Ooh, I like that actually. Oh,
Minority
Surrogate's a good
Report.
one. Surrogate's one that people don't talk about as much. That's the one. That's the one with Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah. I think that's probably, out of all of them, that's probably one that is more likely to happen.
Well, that
Like,
two. Hey, wait! Somebody just said it. Minority Report. They're already trying to come up with, like, right now. They're trying to come up with ways to, to catch a crime before it happens. So,
Yeah, with through
Oh
profiling.
yeah,
through profiling and
preemptive
a lot of
arrests. Yeah,
And
I think we
then-
should table it
That
for that.
one.
And then it'll turn into 1984.
Haven't seen that either.
You ever read the book?
Mhm.
No.
Book is good.
Really good, really scary.
There's a lot of movies that take some of the scenes, the tableaus, if you will. They borrowed them from 1984. Like especially like the big screens spreading propaganda type stuff.
Mhm.
That's 1984,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, that was 1984 with Big Brother.
Big Brother, yep.
I hope Logan's Run doesn't get added
Redone.
in the near future.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath. It probably will. And we'll
Like-
probably see Duck Dodgers come back. Whatever. No, not Duck Dodgers. Buck Rogers. That I think freaking Daffy Duck.
Duck Dodgers, yes.
The Daffy Duck version. Duck Dodgers in the 21st and a half century. When cartoons were good.
Cartoons are still good. You just gotta search for.
Gotta find them.
Teen
Yeah.
Titans Go!
That show isn't bad actually. That's a pretty
Not
fun
bad.
show.
My son's got me into that. Ugh.
Yeah, we watch it as a family sometimes here. It's silly fun. But I think we
Gravity
should-
Falls is exquisite.
Which one? Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, it's one of the Disney ones.
Gravity Falls is also not a freaking young child show either.
I don't think I've seen this
Just
yet. I've heard of
saying.
it.
Well,
Mm.
my daughter's 8.
Yeah, but like when you get there to like 8, 9, 10, 11, That's where kids could actually kind of think about and have a bigger picture of what's actually going, what's real, what's fake, what's, you know what I mean? When you get like infant to that 8, 9, 10 years old, depending on the child, I mean, that's not something you want them to actually, 'cause that's when they're the most impressionable. You can see them going to school. Yeah, I'm going to cut my daddy's head off. Wait, what? What are you watching?
Come on, that makes the kid more interesting.
Yeah, it makes me go to jail, too.
Makes that kid a little bit of a threat.
Makes that kid a freaking psycho.
Well, here, I got a suggestion. If everybody can make it back next show, we'll probably skip the news and we'll just talk, maybe we could talk about horror movies, get into the Halloween mode, and we can revisit these topics. And one of the things we're gonna talk about was, like, if we go back 10, 20, 30 years ago, you know, could you imagine certain things that we are talking about now, we have now in development or in production? You know, can you picture that? I said, because I think one of the things that is interesting when you see pieces of fictional work to talk about the future is the frame of reference. You know, for some reason, Back to the Future 2 thought that futuristic fax machines would be really cool. But it's like, you couldn't think outside the box, you know?
Well, think of it. They had to play it safe so that people would understand what it was. How would someone in the 80s recognize an email?
That's true. And I think also it was also deliberately campy as well. I don't think they would try to really go for a real futuristic, you know.
Possibly.
Or they wanted maybe a future that was more believable.
Some of it looked like it was just like the 60s revamped. Just saying.
Yeah. 60s/50s.
You know, like before, like in 2, where he went back to the future. Or was it? It was actually 1 where he went back to the future to save his, got involved with his mom and dad in their beginning. And then he went to where when Biff or whatever was like had power, because of course that kind of went into it. And then basically it was the same era. It was just 50 years advanced. It just looked just like the 60s, just revamped. More modernized or more futuristic looking, which they think of futuristic as what's going to be. There's going to be no wheels. There's going to be hover cars. There's going to be hoverboards. There's going to be, they'll be able to fly when they want to get off and go to a different direction instead of having an interstate system and, the travel.
Or my favorite, futuristic, everything is curvy. If it's curvy or it looks like a spaceship, it's futuristic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you were to design a futuristic, like, hover car, would you have wheel arches?
Yes, because you need to put the landing gear somewhere.
Oh.
And
Or
I would
do you?
never do anything flying related because people can't drive now. Imagine adding in every possible direction. Shit would be falling out of the sky all day.
Empire State Building.
Be awful. But with that, I need to be saying my goodbyes.
All
Well,
right,
yeah,
we're
we gotta
getting
wrap up
ready-
anyway.
We're getting ready to wrap up here.
All right, team.
Bring us home. You out, Beard?
All right, Beard. You wanna let them know where they can find you at, man, before you get out of here?
You can find me at Beard and Hat on Twitter and here on Twitch.
Okay, if you guys didn't
That's
hear,
it.
Beard and Hat on Twitter, Beard and Hat on Twitch, since Obi was blowing his schnoz right in the microphone. But guys, HorsePLAY Live is everywhere. Again, HorsePLAY Live is everywhere. You can listen to and or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take out a few minutes to favorite, thumbs up, subscribe, share. Hell, even better, we'd love some comments and reviews. It's quick and easy. It really helps us out. Thanks to everyone who's been promoting our content. We really appreciate it. If you guys like eye candy, we do video as well. You guys can check us out on YouTube and a replay right here on Twitch. YouTube.com/GeekyAntics, Twitch.tv/GeekyAntics. Here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover in a wide spectrum of topics. We can't possibly plug everybody. So if you guys want to go to geekyantics.net/schedule, You guys can go find out which show that you want to watch and actually be so you guys can see it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically the whole weekend's our biggest podcasting and streaming days. But for now, but if you guys, we are looking for podcast hosts, writers, broadcasters, streamers. So guys, let's connect together and brainstorm together. So you can get with Yogi at some other time. Don't forget, guys, our intros and outros for the shows, most of the shows anyway, on here on GeekyAntics is all provided to you royalty free by TechnoX. That's Techno with a K. That's technox.com. So go check him out. He's he does it for fun. He loves to do it. You can get your stuff monetized and do whatever you need to do for that as well. So our guest tonight, we really want to appreciate everybody. We're going to go out right one by one. Morgan, where can I find you at, ma'am?
I am Morgana Freya on Twitch, Twitter, pretty much everywhere.
All right. Harry, you want to give your deets?
You can't find me.
Good. Can't find him anywhere. You guys can find me. Yogi, go ahead.
I am YogiZilla everywhere, and particularly Twitter and Xbox Live and Steam. Yeah.
Nice. You guys can find me everywhere you guys want to. Obi1X2. You guys remember tomorrow? Do we have Retro Friday?
Yes, we do.
Retro Friday tomorrow, guys. Be looking out for that. And of course, not this week is Time Lemmy Tea time. So it's going to be, of course, the Sunday dose here on Sunday at 9 p.m. Guys, we're going to be talking about something a little bit more serious into the gaming industry. We're going to be talking a little bit about gaming addiction. Okay, and there are some problems with it. Yes, I'm going to get help for this, but I think it's a really good topic to do. So if you guys want to be a part of that, please come join. Yeah. Come on and join. It's going to be a roundtable discussion. We're going to get points from gamers, non-gamers, and just have some good conversations. So you guys come up Sunday, and it's going to be right here on GeekyAntics.net. So if you guys are listening to us on allgames.com, the Dead Pixel Live Power Ranking Show is up, followed by the Knuckleballer Radio at its new time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to hang out and chat by clicking the live or chat button. Our friends at the B-Team Podcast can be found on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on the unofficial sister network, All Games Radio Network. So you guys go, again, allgames.com, live or chat, and talk to those guys over there. But for now, guys, my name's Obi1X2. Crazy Bear Lizard over there is YogiZilla. It's HorsePLAY Live, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
I bet I got music too, huh?
Yeah.
I do.
I know why it's not working, because it worked on other shows we did. It's
yeah,
weird.
maybe your stuff just sucks.
Doesn't like you?
Doesn't
like you?
I could see that. I could honestly see that it doesn't like me. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a voicemail play too.
And yeah. Nothing likes me. It's okay. Guys, again, we'll see you guys next week. Obi right here. Yogi over there. Peace!